Delta. It's one of Europe's largest untouched wildlife habitats.
Now, if you go to Romania, okay, I have to confirm that we have sent toxic wastes to Romania, but all these, how can I say, all this was done according to the Italian law, so with all the authorizations from the public authorities.
This contract with Romania shows that waste from Acna was part of a larger consignment from several Italian companies. Its discovery near the Danube Delta port of Salina caused a political scandal in Romania when local people became sick, and thousands of birds died. It was an environmental disaster.
If some places, for example in Romania, precautions are not known, or precautions are not applied, I think it's not fault of who shipped the waste.
This offhand attitude of Italian industry was condemned worldwide, with the discovery of a waste dump here at Cocoa Beach in Nigeria. The waste was found to contain highly dangerous toxins, PCBs, pesticides, acids and heavy metals, and many of the barrels were leaking into the soil. Among the piles of waste were drums from Acna.
Io penso che sia una cosa vergognosa che questi rifiuti tossici dell'Acna che vengono esportati. Noi qui conosciamo abbastanza il problema perché ci siamo documentati, ma questi poveri abitanti del terzo mondo che non sanno niente, è una cosa veramente trovo criminale.
In 1987, this ship carried the first load of Italian waste to the Third World, its destination East Africa. The man who chartered the ship is businessman Gianfranco Ambrosini, based in Genoa. His cargo of waste was from factories all over northern Italy, among them Acna. And despite all the protests about the trade, he has no misgivings about sending waste to Africa.
They know what they were importing. We were not importing like chocolates. We were importing industrial waste. They have nothing. They have a big empty desert, absolutely without or with a population that is at the lowest level in the world. So it's a country where a waste disposal plant made in the same way as we are doing in Europe can work and solve some problems for the industrialized country from one side, and solve also some problems for them because it's giving work to the people and they need work, and it's giving some income of money, and it is just a factory like another one. I don't see the difference.
For 3 generations, the Ambrosini family has been involved in the leather trade in Genoa, shipping hides around the world. It's brought wealth and success, so why start shipping toxic waste?
We move it to waste because we believe in this business, and because of the fact that our company is, how can I say, a flexible company with various branches. In our typical work, that is leather, hides, etc., we don't see a good future like in the past, especially in our country, because more and more the underdeveloped countries are producing leather, producing even shoes.
With his worldwide contacts in the leather trade, Ambrosini's move into the potentially lucrative waste business wasn't difficult.
With the country.
He targeted the East African state of Djibouti, over 3,000 miles from Italy, to dump his toxic cargo.
We chose Djibouti because in Djibouti easy to come to the government to get a permit, to get a license, and to have a discussion with them very open, very frankly. And we got a license through our friends or person that we knew there.
Things started to go wrong for Ambrosini soon after drums of waste arrived here at the port of Marina di Carrara near Pisa. His plan was discovered by Green Councillor Riccardo Canesi.
Ma abbastanza casualmente, diciamo, dei nostri amici che lavorano al porto ce l'hanno segnalato nel febbraio del 1987. Noi siamo subito accorsi, diciamo, qui giù a Marina di Carrara, abbiamo notato in effetti che vi erano migliaia di fusti proprio in questa direzione che contenevano sostanze tossiche, fusti molto rovinati, tra l'altro, precari, alcuni perdevano anche del liquido che si trovava dentro. Abbiamo telefonato all'ambasciata di Gibuti, al consolato di Gibuti a Roma, e ci è stato detto che l'unico impianto industriale che esisteva a Gibuti non era quello di dello smaltimento dei rifiuti, bensì quello dell'imbottigliamento della Coca-Cola.
That is right. There were not these waste disposal plants, but the waste disposal plant was on the project with this firm in Djibouti that is going to create the waste disposal plant. And in fact, we sent to them in the beginning of our relationships plans, drawings, etc., to build just to give a rough idea. And the disposal plant was foreseen in the future, of course. Of course.
But for the Greens, these promises weren't enough. They made direct contact with Djibouti and organized demonstrations in Marina di Carrara.
The Greens were looking any system to stop our vessel. And they sent a false cable to the authorities there in Djibouti, telling that they have to be very careful because the goods were radioactive.
No, noi assolutamente non abbiamo detto che i rifiuti erano radioattivi. Si era sparsa la voce tra i portuali, forse perché avevano letto R sui rifiuti. Come sapete, la lettera R contrassegna i rifiuti, ma non rifiuti radioattivi.
Whatever the truth, the result was that the ship was never allowed into Djibouti. It anchored off the African coast while Ambrosini tried to solve the problem. But back in Italy, Ambrosini's partner, Renato Pent, was getting impatient. Pent runs a waste disposal company called Jellywax in Milan, and he'd collected toxic waste from all over northern Italy to be dumped in Djibouti.
Venuti a conoscenza di questa situazione, ci siamo creati il problema di cosa sarebbe successo nel caso di un rientro di questa nave, anticipando che non avremmo mai permesso che la nave fosse stata scaricata, che questa nave fosse scaricata in mare. Avrebbe creato in noi dei gravi danni di immagine, oltre a danni economici se questa nave sarebbe rientrata. Per cui abbiamo preso contatti prima con il Venezuela per ottenere un'autorizzazione a uno sbarco provvisorio in attesa che gli impianti fossero terminati.
The cargo then took off on the second lap of what was to become an extraordinary voyage. Ambrosini's ship was ordered by Pent halfway round the world to Venezuela. Back in Italy, the Greens were tracking the ship.
Noi, quando abbiamo saputo che questi rifiuti andavano in Venezuela, nel giugno dell'87, abbiamo immediatamente denunciato questo alle autorità venezuelane, esattamente all'ambasciata venezuelana a Roma, che ha accolto con molto piacere la nostra denuncia e ha fatto subito di tutto per bloccare questo. Tant'è vero che ci ha mandato poi anche un telegramma di ringraziamento.
A revolt against Italian poison merchants exploded in the Venezuelan press, accompanied by strikes and demonstrations